This year, the RØDE Wireless GO II is 5 years old. The question is it still worth your money? After years of using these on real shoots, here's my honest answer. I've used these things at weddings, interviews, commercials, outdoor shoots, pretty much everything for the past year. So let's talk about if it's still a solid pickup in 2026. I remember when the RØDE Wireless GO II microphones initially came out, they were everywhere. They were in pranks, you'd see them in fitness content, you'd see them being used on podcasts and in YouTube videos. And honestly, for $300, they were kind of a no-brainer. It comes with 2 transmitters, 1 receiver, and great range, all for under $300. And honestly, that simplicity still holds up today. You turn these things on, they connect, and they work. And they're honestly some of the easiest microphones to use, especially if you're just starting out. But over time, there has been some competition. DJI released their version, Hollyland released their version, and suddenly the GO II isn't the only compact and affordable wireless microphone on the market. And the thing is these new microphones came out with more modern features like better battery life, better wind resistance, and noise reduction. But all that being said, here is where the GO II still shines, and that is reliability. I've used these things on full wedding days, and the battery life is pretty impressive. They charge really fast. You could charge one of these things, not use it for a couple weeks, and come back and it will still be almost fully charged. I've also dropped these things about 1,000 times, and they still work like when they came out of the box, so there's not any significant damage on that end. I also haven't really had an issue of these things overheating, and I've shot with these in like 110 degrees in the summertime in Arizona. Now, the audio isn't the best in the world, but it is reliable and it is consistent, and I think it's usable for about 90% of content people make. So if you're not recording like critical broadcast level audio, I think you should be good. But I will say this, when I first started using the GO II microphones, I was picking up some like buzzing in the audio. And what I figured out was that the receiver was too close to the camera body. I guess it was creating some sort of interference. I had it mounted right on top of the hot shoe. My solution was I got a longer cable to create a little bit of distance between the receiver and my camera. And that seems to have done the trick. I don't have that interference anymore, so that's something to keep in mind. Now let's talk price points. It's actually a little more wonky than you think. They don't officially sell them on the RØDE website, I'm guessing to push buyers to the next generation, which is the Gen 3. But on Amazon, you can buy a new RØDE Wireless GO II single microphone for $144. Now the only set of 2 that I can find, you can purchase used on Amazon for $129 or brand new for $299. I think that price is a little bit ridiculous considering it's $144 for a microphone and a receiver, and now it's $150 just for another microphone, especially considering that the RØDE Wireless GO IIIs are on Amazon for $186 and on their website for $299, which is quite the difference for being the exact same product. Anyway, jumping to some competition, we have the DJI Mic Mini. Now this sits at a price point of around $137 on Walmart and $169 on the DJI website. It comes with 2 microphones, a receiver, and a charging case, which is pretty nice. And I'm a big DJI fan. I use their gimbals, I use their drones, I own the Osmo Action and the Osmo Pocket, and I consider the company to be really reliable. That being said, I do not recommend these microphones. They're not very well reviewed, especially on Reddit, and they do not have a plug for a lav microphone, and for me, that is a deal breaker. Now the second edition is a different story. The DJI Mic 2 sits at a price point of $269 on the DJI website and Best Buy. And I would recommend it if it fits in your budget. I think that they fixed a lot of the problems that they had with the first generation, and that this generation is much more new and approved. These ones do support a lav microphone, and I think that they're very versatile. I also love that DJI puts them in a charging case. Now another semi-popular option is Hollyland. They sell their Lark Max 2 at $249. This looks extremely similar to the setup that DJI has, but to be honest with you, and without doing a ton of research, I feel like this is a lot less reliable of an option. I just don't really trust the brand. They don't have a ton of reviews on these products, and the ones that they do say that the lav microphone might be a little bit finicky, and that would be a nightmare to be in the middle of a shoot like a wedding or an interview and you have your microphone start to malfunction, that is literally a nightmare. So that being said, and having examined all these options, here's my final verdict. The way I see it, for the price point of $150 to $300, Rode and DJI are your best two options. At the more affordable end of the spectrum, my pick would be the RØDE Wireless GO II single microphone on Amazon at $144. This only being one microphone might be a concern for some people, but honestly, when I break out the microphones, 90% of the time I'm only using one. Even in an interview setting, I rarely mic myself up, so unless you are specifically shooting with two people, I think that you're going to be fine. Now, on the more expensive side of the spectrum, and if you're looking at this as more of an investment into the future, I would recommend the DJI Mic 2. They're often listed at right under $300, and I think that this is a really valuable bundle. DJI has been a very reliable company to me. I don't have any affiliation with them, I just buy their products like anyone else, and I've just been impressed with the quality that I've gotten in the past. So that's my answer. Those are my two recommendations to best fit your budget in 2026. The RØDE Wireless GO II is absolutely still worth it if you can pick it up for around $150. But if you want the cleanest audio, the best features, and modern safety recording, I would go with the DJI Mic 2. If this helped you out, drop a like, and let me know in the comments if you would like to see a field test between the RØDE GO II and the DJI Mic 2. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.